Hey everyone, it's Tom from eReplacementParts.com, and in this video, we'd like to share some helpful tips for your microwave. We'll be covering everything from overall cleaning, general maintenance, some microwave hacks, and more. Let's start with cleaning your microwave. Whether you have an over-the-range microwave oven or a countertop version, keeping it clean not only makes it look better, but also prevents bacteria buildup on the inside and makes it safer for you. Now, an easy method for cleaning the interior of your microwave is to take about a cup of water and mix in a couple tablespoons of white vinegar or dish soap. We're going to set that in the microwave, allow it to heat for 2 or 3 minutes, not to a boil, but to make sure it's good and hot. We'll let that steam collect on the interior walls of the microwave, then we'll carefully remove the dish of water. We're next going to take out the tray and the carriage underneath it. Again, use caution as this item might be hot. We'll then take a clean cloth and we're going to gently wipe down the walls, ceiling, and the base of the microwave. When cleaning the interior of your microwave, take note of the fragile surfaces. You'll want to make sure that you don't use too much pressure when cleaning up those areas. Next, we're going to dry the surfaces with a paper towel. Now that we've got the interior nice and clean, our next step will be to clean both the carriage and the glass tray. We can wash that just with dish soap and warm water. Once we've cleaned it thoroughly, dry it with a paper towel and place it back in your microwave. Now we'll move on to cleaning the interior of the door. Normally we would use a vinegar and water solution paired with a soft cleaning cloth. Use the cloth to scrub those surfaces until they're nice and clean. Once we've removed all the stains, you can use a paper towel and dry it off. This same method can be applied to the exterior of the microwave as well. If your microwave is a countertop model, you'll also want to pull it far enough forward that you can clean the back as well. All that remains is to clean the front of our microwave. Typically we would use a spray-on glass cleaner, but to avoid getting it on our controls, simply spray it on your cleaning cloth and carefully wipe the surface along with the control pad. Just like that, your microwave is spotless. Now we're going to dive into some troubleshooting tips. To start, we'll explore some of the reasons why your microwave may not be heating food. One of the most common causes for microwaves not to heat is related to the door interlock switches. These switches are located inside of the control housing, and they're used to prevent the microwave from operating when the door is open. They're activated by the 2 hooks on the edge of the door, and they fit into the slots on the front of the oven cavity to trip the individual switches. To test if this is causing your heating issue, you need to remove the cabinet as well as the control panel, then use a multimeter to check for continuity and/or adjustment. Another common cause of a no heat situation with your microwave could be related to the control board. If the control board fails to supply power to that high voltage circuit, you won't get any heat. To check the control board, you need to remove the cabinet and the control board, and then we'll look for any signs of arcing, burning, or poor connections to that board. Next on our list is microwave noise. One of the most common parts that may cause noise in your microwave could be the drive coupler. This part attaches to the drive motor and turns a turn tray. If the shaft on that copper is damaged or cracked, it could cause a noise. So the first thing to do is to pull it off and inspect it for any damage. Another common part that causes noise in a microwave could be a defective roller guide. The roller guide sits just beneath your tray and typically has 3 wheels on it that allow the tray to rotate easily. If there's any damage to this component, you'll get some noise. It's pretty easy to inspect. Simply lift the tray out and carefully look over the rollover guide. If it's defective, simply replace it. Now let's discuss some of the reasons why the turn tray in your microwave may not be moving. First, some models have the option of turning the turn tray on or off, and we want to make sure that we didn't inadvertently turn it off. Next, we'll have a look at the turn tray and roller guide. Make sure that they're positioned properly in the microwave cavity. Now the next thing to check is the roller. Inspect it for any cracks, breakage, or wear. If this part is defective, the tray won't turn easily and may cause this symptom. The next thing to check will be the coupler. The coupler sits on top of the drive motor and transfers that motion to the tray. Look for signs of cracking, wear, or missing parts and replace it if necessary. Next, let's talk about some of the reasons why the exhaust fan on your over-the-range microwave isn't functioning properly. Now, the first thing we need to check is the filters. Regardless of which type of filter, you'll want to ensure that they're clean and not plugged up. With a grease filter, you simply wash that in warm soapy water. With a charcoal filter, you'll need to replace it. If your over-the-range microwave is vented to the outside, you may have a problem with the damper. Look for signs of damage or warping, or also a broken spring on that damper assembly. The damper is located where the microwave meets the outside venting system. If your exhaust fan is not working at all, we'll need to inspect it to ensure whether it's a motor or the controls that operate it. You'll need to remove the microwave from its mounting position, and then we're going to inspect that motor. Verify that the motor fan will turn freely. If not, we can assume that it's defective and will need to be replaced. Finally, we'll discuss some of the reasons why the buttons on your microwave may not be working. The first thing to check will be the individual pads on that touchpad. Look for any signs of damage or deterioration. If any are noticed, you'll need to replace the touchpad. If there's no visible damage to the touchpad, you can check it with a multimeter. But you will need the manufacturer's wiring diagram for the touchpad and the ability to interpret that data to check it with a multimeter. Now, if you suspect that the touchpad is working properly, our next step will be to look at the control board for any connectivity issues there. That is, if you're comfortable in doing so. Now let's switch over to something a little more exciting: microwave hacks. There are many different microwave hacks that we could cover, but we've picked 3 of our favorites to cover today. The first microwave hack we want to highlight is how to kill bacteria on a sponge. The easiest way to do this is to soak your sponge in water, then wring out the excess. Once that's done, place the sponge directly into the microwave and heat on medium for 2 minutes. This method kills 99% of all bacteria on the sponge. The next hack we have is peeling garlic in the microwave. This one's very easy as well. Simply place your head of garlic on a microwave-safe plate and heat on medium power for 20 seconds. Once the 20 seconds is up, your garlic cloves should slide right out. Our last microwave hack that we have for you is making potato chips. To do this, take a raw potato and slice it into 1/8 inch thick slices. Once that's done, place the slices in a single layer on a microwave-safe plate. Season your potato slices to your preference. Next, you want to cook your potato slices on high power for 3 minutes. If your slices are still uncooked after 3 minutes, reduce the power level, flip the slices, and heat until crispy. You should end up with crispy, golden brown, delicious potato chips. Thanks so much for watching. We hope that these tips are helpful in getting the most out of your microwave oven. If you have any other questions about microwaves, please leave them in the comments section below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more helpful videos.